In the wild plains of Africa, two brave souls faced certain death. With a 400-pound male lion just feet away, they had seconds to save a life hanging by a thread. What happened next would become a moment no one could have imagined. Kruger National Park, South Africa's crown jewel of conservation. Once teeming with abundance, now struggling under the worst drought in decades. As water sources dwindled and prey animals migrated, the delicate balance of life hung in jeopardy. For the park's lion population, already threatened by poaching and habitat loss, this was a crisis that threatened their very existence. But for one lion pair, the stakes were even higher. Unknown to the park rangers, these weren't just any lions. They were newcomers, forced from their territory by the changing climate and carrying precious cargo that would change everything. Jackson Khumalo had spent 20 years protecting Kruger's wildlife. The veteran ranger had seen drought, floods, and poaching crises, but nothing prepared him for what awaited. His colleague Dr. Maya Williams, the park's lead veterinarian, had dedicated her life to saving endangered species. Together, they formed the last line of defense for Kruger's most vulnerable residents. Little did they know, fate was about to test their courage in ways they never imagined. The morning patrol brought news that changed everything. For weeks, they'd been tracking the mysterious lion pair that had suddenly appeared in the northern sector. But this call was different. Something was wrong, and time was running out.
Oh my God, Jackson, she's pregnant. Look at her abdomen.
And she's in distress. This isn't normal labor.
What they witnessed filled them with both hope and dread. The lioness wasn't just tired from migration. She was in the final stages of pregnancy, and something was terribly wrong.
She's been in labor too long. If we don't help her, we'll lose both her and the cubs.
But how? That male won't let anyone near her.
The dilemma they faced was impossible. Intervention meant risking their lives. Doing nothing meant certain death for the lioness and her unborn cubs. What would you do?
We can't wait for the dart to take effect on the male. She'll be dead by then.
I need to get to her now. We'll have to rely on your experience to keep him distracted.
In that moment, Jackson and Maya made a decision that defied all safety protocols, risking everything for a chance to save a life. What happened next would test the limits of human courage and the bond between species that few have ever witnessed. Drawing on decades of experience, Jackson knew their only hope was to establish trust in seconds. One false move, one misread signal, and the male's protective instincts would turn deadly. 20 feet, 10 feet. The distance between life and death narrowed with each passing second. Then something extraordinary happened. The male lion stopped his charge, as if somehow sensing their intentions. While Jackson kept the male's attention, Maya inched closer to the suffering lioness. Every step required absolute calm, despite the pounding of her heart. The lioness looked up, her eyes reflecting pain and perhaps a desperate hope. In that heart-stopping moment, Maya was completely exposed. If the male charged now, nothing could save her. But what happened instead would challenge everything we thought we knew about these magnificent predators.
She's exhausted. The cub is breech. Without help, neither will survive.
As if understanding the gravity of the situation, the male lion maintained his distance, watching intently as Maya prepared to do something few veterinarians had ever attempted in the wild. The next few minutes would determine life or death. Maya needed to administer medication to help the birth, but one sudden movement from the frightened lioness could prove fatal.
That's it, girl. This will help. Just a little longer.
Against all odds, a connection formed in that desperate moment. The lioness, perhaps sensing Maya's intentions, allowed the life-saving intervention. Nature and humanity converged in a moment of profound trust. But the danger wasn't over. The male lion, agitated by his mate's distress, began to approach. Jackson braced himself, knowing he had seconds to decide whether to retreat or stand his ground. What happened next defied explanation. Instead of attacking, the male lion positioned himself as a sentinel, watching over the extraordinary scene unfolding before him. It was as if he understood they were trying to help. As the medication took effect, the moment of truth arrived. Maya knew they had one chance to save both mother and cub. With the male lion just feet away, she prepared to assist in a miracle of nature.
It's a boy. He's breathing.
After 2 hours of intense labor, a new life entered the world. Against overwhelming odds, the lioness had delivered a healthy male cub. But nature wasn't finished with its surprises.
There's another one coming.
The drama wasn't over. The exhausted mother still had another life to bring into the world, and her strength was fading fast. As the second cub arrived, hearts sank. Unlike its sibling, this tiny female showed no signs of life. After coming so far, had they lost half of this precious new generation? Then, in a moment that would later be described as nothing short of miraculous, the tiny cub took her first breath. Life, so fragile yet so determined, had found a way. With one final treatment to help the mother recover, Maya knew it was time to give the new family space. The most dangerous moments had passed, but the bond formed in those critical hours would never be broken. As they carefully withdrew, Jackson and Maya carried with them an experience few humans would ever know. But the story of these lions and their human guardians was just beginning.
I think we should call him Kovu and her Kiara. The father deserves a name too. Simba!
Perfect names for Kruger's newest family.
The Rangers named the lion family in honor of their incredible journey and the courage they had shown. Simba, meaning lion and symbolizing strength. Kovu, meaning scar, a reminder of the difficult journey. And Kiara, meaning bright, for the hope she represented. In the months that followed, something unprecedented occurred. The lion family remained in the area where the cubs were born, allowing the Rangers to monitor their progress. But what happened whenever Jackson and Maya's vehicle approached left everyone astonished. Instead of displaying the natural wariness wild lions show toward humans, Simba and his mate seemed to recognize their saviors. Park visitors were kept at a distance, but whenever Jackson and Maya approached, the lions showed a calm acceptance that defied explanation. Today, Kovu and Kiara continue to thrive under their parents' protection. Their birth not only added precious new members to Kruger's lion population, but also reminded us of the profound connection possible between humans and wild animals when approached with respect and compassion. The miracle of Simba's family stands as testament to the extraordinary lengths dedicated conservationists will go to protect our planet's magnificent creatures. In a world where wild spaces shrink by the day, their story reminds us that every life is precious, and that sometimes courage and compassion can create bonds that transcend the natural order. If this incredible rescue touched your heart, please like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing wildlife stories. Share this video to spread awareness about the critical conservation work happening across Africa's national parks.